Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek is the latest installment of the mysterious mystery fest that features this fine mustachioed gentleman. Throughout our Hello Neighbor journey, we have taken in all sorts of terrifying things, such as a basement meant to trap a child and fool them into thinking they're not in a cage of sorts, hence the weird reality simulations that aren't too convincing. Anyway, since the very beginning, we've asked the question, why is our neighbor building this monstrosity of a Dr. Seuss house? Carpentry can be a cathartic hobby, but this is ridiculous! You may recall that several moons ago, we here at Treesicle brought you a two-part story you never knew on the finished game that was Hello Neighbor. We concluded and pondered all sorts of spooky things that tied together a rather convincing narrative, if I do say so myself. I'd recommend checking those videos out if you haven't seen them yet, or if you just need a refresher. I won't be going too deep into them, I'll just be summarizing them a little bit. Speaking of which, we pieced together the neighbor's backstory, including but not limited to the wife died in a car crash, the son killed the daughter in some kind of horrible pushy accident that involved gravity, and the Shadow Man is our protagonist's fear of the neighbor and his house manifested into a misty ethereal entity. There were also some Zach Bagans references too. Duh.
Spirits shows how the music is heard.
But how much of this was actually true? Well, gentle viewer, the answer to that question, and ones not yet asked, lie in the dreamlike and slightly poopy splendor of Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, the demo. Fetch quests were never so revealing, probably. Hit it! Like any story, let's start at the beginning. The opening of Hide and Seek shows this is clearly a prequel. The neighbor's family is happy, healthy, and not at all dead. The mother is cooking breakfast, the children are playing, and the neighbor husband himself is on the phone. TinyBuild knew this update would be picked apart by groundbreaking YouTube channels like ourselves, so surely the neighbor's actions during this scene are not to be glossed over. While the rest of his family is engaging in loving togetherness, our neighbor is taking a call, presumably a business call. And considering the kitchen table is taped together, business probably ain't great. Anyway, such a scene paints the picture of a father who isn't quite there. Likely he showed his love by providing, but being with the family is just as important. Also, he's wearing his creepy black gloves, and that's pretty weird. Anyway, while the mother cares for her kids and the dad is talking business, the children retreat into their imagination during a rousing game of hide and seek. A likely mundane room is transformed into an African oasis type deal, and naturally what follows is 16 fetch quests, one after the other. Whoop whoop! You'll notice the sign with 9 animal plushies and an arrow pointing to a big old basket. The logical implication of this is that one must obtain 9 plushies and place them in said basket. But then you may say, Grant, if there's 9 plushies on the sign, then why did you say there's 16 fetch quests? The answer is, I don't know. There's 7 additional duplicate animals that you've got to find and throw into the basket because reasons. Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but don't worry. Don't worry. This here clock on the wall keeps track of how many you've collected and how many more you need. 9 plushies on the sign, 16 to collect, and all this is kept track with a clock that goes up to 12, as clocks do. Because screw numbers! The numeric chaos of Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek only deepens the mystery. Numbers are just an abstraction of the human mind used to quantify the universe anyway, so only losers take them seriously. Why should they be consistent? Moving on. The daughter's thumb is somewhat weird and gross, which isn't that important, but it's kind of funny. Also, if you get glitched between a rock and a hard place, don't hesitate to hit the I am stuck button. We get a cutscene of a raven picking up the daughter, cause birds are strong AF. And further still, I forgot to mention that during all this fetching, the brother is trying to catch you, a la hide and seek. And if he succeeds, he'll take an animal or 2 or 5 out of the basket and place them randomly around the map, wasting sand in the hourglass. That is a metaphor for your life. We're getting deep, people, but we ain't stopping here. Oh no. So far, we've got a father who isn't there, 2 children, 9 different plushies, 16 in total, a 12-hour clock, and a raven. Wait a minute! 0 plus 2 minus 9 plus 16 divided by 12 plus 1 is 1.75. Which is about how much the average raven weighs. This can't be. This raven means something. Something diabolical. We know the daughter was killed sometime after hide and seek took place, which means this raven is an omen of terrible things to come, like death and dark witchcraft, to just ask Edgar Allan Poe about the death part. And behold! After putting all 16 animals in the basket, it's eaten time. Time to eat bread with some spoons, and wait a minute! Someone is watching us. Then they fly away. I know it's you, Raven! You can't hide from me, doer of dark witchcraft! And wouldn't you know it, YouTuber and elite hacksaw Urtiez verified that a black flying demon is indeed watching us. Check out his video in the link below. There's all kind of weird, hilarious stuff he finds. Anywho, what's odd is ravens have been referenced before in Hello Neighbor. For instance, after our protagonist gets evicted and is driving back to the neighborhood from his effed up childhood, there is a bunch of them perched on a sign, probably cawing. And in the start menu of this game, we see a doll hanging onto a shelf for dear inanimate life as a raven stares at it. We know from previous games this doll is representative of the daughter. We go over it in these stories you never knew. This further confirms the daughter falls to her death at some point, which is sad. Not to mention, we also see in the trailer the father and daughter looking super sad, which leads me to believe someone died before the daughter did. I'm guessing the sadness on these two faces is caused by the wife's death, because in the roller coaster dream sequence from the original game, we see the brother at the controls of the coaster, which has little pushy hands that ultimately pushed the daughter to her death, symbolically, which is representative of reality. So the brother kills the daughter, which means he can't be dead yet. It's hard to kill when you're dead. I would know. It's odd the brother isn't in this trailer at all, but maybe he's just playing guitar in his room or something. Recall in our story in Ever News, we believed the brother to be the last family member alive besides the neighbor. He isn't associated with a raven in this new game, so I think it's safe to say it's confirmed he ain't dead. He just felt super guilty for killing his sister and ran away. So, to sum it all up, the daughter is confirmed to get killed because ravens are symbolic of death, the wife is confirmed to be dead because of all the sadness from the trailer, and the brother is likely still alive. Also, the neighbor is probably a father who works too much and wears creepy black gloves for no reason, and his family was once indeed happy and not dead. Honestly, not too many answers in hide and seek, but remember, this is a demo, and there will be a reveal on August 30th. In spite of some bizarre numeric choices and some, unfortunate thumb stuff, I'm really looking forward to this game. I'll be at PAX West when that does happen, so maybe Ryan and I and Tyler and Mike will be able to check it out. I feel I've summed up everything from this installment, but let me know if I missed anything. I guess there are the chin swirls that seem genetic. The neighbor and his kids all go in the same direction. Not the protagonists though. He's got his own stuff going on. Kinda weird, but I dig the attention to detail. Anywho, let me know if I missed anything, and while you're at it, why not check out our playthrough of this demo? I assure there was no salt. I'm Grant, and I'll see you next time. Bye!